What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Hojo Show with your boy Howard. Listen. So today we are getting into the new reality show by Tia Mowry titled My Next Act. I feel like a lot of us have been waiting on it because we've seen the little clips. So everybody's kind of been like anticipating the show. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I feel like a lot of people though. And if you haven't heard about it, then you must be living up under a rock because everybody been kind of talking about it for real. This show is basically going to be centered around Tia's life since she has divorced. We're getting a deep dive and closer look into her life and what it looks like after a divorce. If you are new here, kick off your shoes, get comfortable because we family. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop another banger like this. Without further ado, y'all ready? Let's get it.
Yes, I'm jaded. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase.
Alright, so the show starts off with Tia and her younger daughter, Cairo, basically having some bonding time, and she's getting her ready to go to be dropped off at her dad's. And Tia expressed that basically at this point it had been a year and a half so far since they had been divorced. I really feel like it's great that she shows exactly how this looked for parents that have to go through this whole divorce stage when you're having kids. I love that. I do kind of feel bad for her when she basically said like, hey, like, I never wanted to basically have the type of life where I had to drop my kids off with their dad. She always wanted to be, you know, a family with her husband. And it kind of made me sad because I can tell that she really wants that because that's kind of like what they are used to. But I guess sometimes it just don't always pan out like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's really great that she's showing the world what that looks like. And it doesn't seem like it looks too bad. It looks like it's, like she says, a lot of loneliness, but it doesn't look bad. She also talked about how her son Cree, which is, they have two kids together, Cairo and then Cree. Cree is not going to be filmed because he doesn't like to be on camera and he don't want to be on camera. And she respects that. I love the fact that she respects the fact that her child doesn't want to be in the limelight like that. I think that is great because there's so many of these celebrities that have children and it's almost like they forced them to get on camera, and it gets so bad to where it no longer even looks like that they're children anymore. It just seems like they're living an adult life on the cool because they have to do the same stuff their parents is doing. So I love the fact that she respected that because she also, being into the industry as long as she has, she knows exactly how they can play out and how the media tries to play around and bother kids, and that's how bullying come along. So I really love that. She also expressed that, which was new news to me. It's just like when you really think about it, she basically expressed that she's never really had any time to be alone. Like her sister has always been, they twins, so they've always grown up together and been like close knit like that. And then right after that, her first and only boyfriend that she's like ever really had is Chris. So she went from growing up with her sister till basically immediately just end up getting with Chris and being with him so long, she never really got to experience being alone. So this is actually her first time where she's actually by herself without anybody, as far as like her sister there or a husband. It's just crazy to think that I never even looked at it like that. I thought that even though they were sisters, I thought that they always kind of like had separate lives even before the husbands. But I guess not. So that was kind of new for me to hear that. It was also sad to hear when she says that is actually the hardest part for her, is dropping her children off over at their dad's house. I just think that is just so sad because it's like when she do drop them off, she's basically like, I'm alone. And I just really hate that for them because we don't know exactly what happened between them. But it doesn't seem like it was enough for Tia to stay. She had to step into her own, I guess. Like, I can tell it was just too much. She was over whatever it was. Kudos to her because I love a girl that know how to move around like James Brown and ain't gonna stay tied down to no man just because they want to be able to say they got one. Shout out to you, Tia, baby, because I love that. And then she also expressed how at times like this, she wished that she was closer to her sister. And that's kind of like the clip that was really going around a lot that everybody was trying to pick apart. I didn't really get in on it because I wanted to let the show come out and me to really get a full feel of like exactly her going into context of what she really mean. And I will say this, like even with me, when I have two siblings on my mom's side. So it's me, my sister, my younger sister, and my older brother. So my older brother is a year older than me, and my sister is like 12 years younger than me. So we all grew up together, but it's almost like now, like I know since I got locked up and stuff when I was in prison, my brother ended up getting married. He has his own family and kids and all that stuff now. And the crazy thing is like we grew up so close together, but we don't even really deal with my brother like that. I ain't even trying to put you out of my business like that, but my brother, he literally treats his family like we never existed. It's a little weird, but I can kind of relate to what she's saying. Like, at times you may do miss that sibling, just like to be able to bond with and shit like that sometimes. But as you grow up, like, I've just had to learn that things change. People get married, relationships and stuff like that, that brings y'all apart. However it end up happening. So I can kind of relate to that. But I'm gonna also be honest with y'all. I remember a couple of years ago on this blog, I don't know if y'all follow Gospel of the City. I remember a couple of years ago, it was for like Christmas or Thanksgiving, when Fee on Gospel of the City had posted saying they acting like people can't tell what's going on. And it was the mom. The mom was, I can't remember which one of the sisters she was, but it was like the mom was celebrating the holidays with one sister and her and the grandkids. And then the father, I think it's like their dad, was celebrating with the other sister and their kids. It was kind of weird. So that was like the first red flag I seen. And I was like, do they got some tea going on? Which now I think it's kind of like came, like out now. They're just not as close as they used to be. So listen, I get it. It happens. Tia expressed how the media is, and when it comes to them, like, just putting anything out there in the blog and stuff like that. She said that it's like they don't realize that when you're going through something like this, it's not just the adults that are being drugged in this. There are also children connected in this, and y'all are actually hurting them as well by doing this, but it's just a sad world we live in, because baby, they don't care. They do not care. All they care about is getting some good pictures and some good tea on y'all and spilling it, and that be that. But I understand what she said, because people just don't take in consideration children, and children, they gotta go to school. Like, it's never that serious. So then Tia calls her friend Natasha, I guess, like, vent to her a little bit about how she's feeling, and just telling her that she just felt alone after she dropped Cairo off. And I just like, dang, like, it's just sad. Like, it really, really is. And while she's talking, Natasha expressing how she felt, Natasha like, girl, where you at? I'll be up there to see you. So Tia went to a set for, I think it's like a movie or something that she was working on, and Natasha came in and talked to her, was just kind of encouraging her. What I would say, like, Natasha, you can tell is a friend, and not like a friend that she just met maybe 2 years ago. You can tell this is a childhood friend that's basically like family to her. Love Natasha. She's so pretty. She is so beautiful. Love her energy. Love how she's encouraging Tia. Like, I really, really, really like that. And they was discussing blogs, an issue where Tia ran into Corey on the red carpet, and she's talked about how awkward that was. I'm like, it did kind of seem a little awkward in their body language when they did the little hugging thing. But I guess, like, when she telling us how it really was, I'm like, damn. I'm like, because it's kind of cringe. Like, ooh, y'all run into each other where everybody is so used to seeing y'all together that now it's like y'all are like strangers now. Like, hey, that was really weird. The funny thing was, I could not believe that Tia stated that she had at one point been so fixated on the comments and what people had to say about her and what people thought ever since, like, the divorce. And I love that Natasha encouraged her about, like, you're not staying in the comments. I love the fact that Tia is showing us how vulnerable she is and that she is human just like the rest of us. And she got a friend just like some of us that tell you, like, don't be in them comments. You don't need to be down there, because if you keep reading comments and stuff like that, it's just gonna, like, play on your mental. And Tia said that she became mentally ill because of that, just always wanting to see what people had to say about that. I just love that Natasha was able to encourage her and tell her, like, baby, do you, like, don't worry about that. Those are friends that you need and you need to value in your life. Those are the type of friends. That's why, I like a little drama with my TV reality shows and I be watching, but I love the ones that's like this, because they kind of balance me out. When I like to see the ratchet ones with the drama and mess, but then I also love to see the reality shows that gives the positivity, the great friendships, relationships, and bonding, and family, and like, I love all of that. So this is like so spot on for me. Love Natasha. She is just somebody that got good energy, and I think that's a blessing to have somebody like that around you, and for that long, that's just a blessing. That's family act, really. Tia had expressed that she doesn't want to be known or connected to none of that, like with the drama. She stated that she wants to be seen and known for her work, not for the drama. And I will say this though, I feel like they have had one of the least divorces that were not messy and crazy. Like, we heard about it, people were speculating like what could have happened, but nobody really knows what happened. It just didn't give messy to me. It was it was a mature divorce, because they didn't blast each other online and nothing like that. But I guess even with the way the tabloids and the blogs was taking it, to her, it is giving drama, because that's not even that. They're not even used to that type of stuff. So I get it. Tia stated that she just got to a point now that she is divorced. where she realized that she has a voice, that can be heard, and she has a right to be free. And, I feel like when she said that, I'm like, damn, did he have her thinking that she really didn't? But when she breaks down how it's always been known that for people to say that a woman's duties is just to be the wife, be the mother, take care of her man, do all of this stuff like that, is toxic when you think about it. Because if you're just somebody that always have to give, and just be all of this for a man, it just becomes completely toxic, especially if it's not mutual. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it feels like it was not mutual with Tia. For her to say she finally realized that she can be free, that she can live, that she can have a voice, like all that, it feels like to me, he as a man, allegedly, just saying, that's what as for me, for a viewer, it seems like he's one of those men that were like, the alpha male that probably made sure she stayed in her place and didn't really allow her to go further or go past where he felt like she should be in, as far as being a woman and her place. I just feel like that's what he must have been given, because for her to be emotional and crying about this, it's like she's lived in this relationship for this many years, not knowing this. Yeah, it was time for her to break the chains, baby. That's just from what it's looking like to me, baby. It was time for you to break the chains, because that don't seem like you was free at all. Love Natasha though. I love everything about their friendship. Just really do, because she just continues to just encourage that lady, and that's what she needs at a time like this. I don't feel like anything else is better than having that support system and somebody that's in your ear that has and want the best for you, want to see you be great and just be who you really are at your best. You know what I'm saying? So then the scene goes where Tia is in the kitchen prepping like a little, I guess it's like a little dessert salad tray or something for her assistant, Sierra. Sierra is very cute to me. Pretty chocolate cute. She is so calm and like chill, but at the same time, she is the one that basically brings Tia back. Whenever Tia is like getting back in her head too much, Sierra is that girl that's just like, let me bring you back to the present. What's like, don't even worry about none of that. Let's focus on this right here. What's happening right now? I love that for real. Sometimes you need that, like if you sitting and you just getting in your head so much that cancers, I feel like we do that a lot. Like we will get in our head about a situation, especially if we depressed or going through about something. And if nobody is around or near us, we will sink into that and be in that for damn near 2-3 days. We will. So it is good to have somebody like that to come around and bring you out of that, because baby, I feel like for cancer, that is like so hard for us when we going through something. You will go down a rabbit hole just in your mind, making situations worse than the thoughts. It just gets worse and worse. So I love that about Sierra. I love Sierra. She's definitely a girl's girl. Then the scene goes to where Tia is sitting in a room, I guess on her phone, and she's documenting. Today is not a good day for her. She's not really feeling it, but she still wanted to document her journey. I love the F-U-C-K out of there. I love that she is doing all of that. But I'm just noticing that it's just like the biggest hole in her heart for me. I feel like because you hear so much through the whole episode, it's her being alone and lonely. Like she says this so much. It's like, bro, like she really, I feel like she really needs somebody there with her all the time. But I love the fact that she's not just allowing it to be any man or just anybody stranger. She's just allowing herself to go through and feel these things, because at the end of the day, they are normal. I just hate that she's so lonely. So now, because she feels so alone and lonely, she's like, forget this. She invite her girls over for a girls' night. I love the fact that they gonna come, baby. When you need them, they gonna come. I love that. So we meet her other childhood close friend by the name of Alina. Alina's cute too. Yeah. You can tell like those friendships that last that long, you don't want to lose people like that, because it's already hard to trust people. So when you got friendships that have went that long, baby, that is a blessing. You can't let them go. Yeah, that's like I say, that's y'all really family on the cool. It's past friendship, baby. Y'all might as well be blood. But Alina is cute, sweet. I guess she's described that her and Tia basically used to live down the street from each other. Love that. Alina's really cute. Now, what was crazy to me was Essence Atkins was also there. Essence Atkins had also had been divorced after a 10-year marriage. And what's crazy to me is, do y'all remember Essence Atkins? She used to play on Smart Guy with Tia and Tamara's brother, Taj Mari, I think that's his name. Do y'all remember, for the people that kind of came up around my time, do y'all remember in the 90s, like, do y'all remember when that show Smart Guy was out, and they used to be on their Essence and Cuba Gooding Jr. brother and Taj Mari. Do y'all remember when we used to all say, people used to say that they was all related? It's crazy to know like that they actually are friends, but I don't know why the rumors back then used to be that they was all family. What's crazy is when we didn't have no social media and all of that. And it's like, even with our social media, a lot of this tea was still floating around. Like, we had social media, like people were seeing it on the blogs, but we didn't even have that back in the day. And these rumors just used to spread like wildfire. I guess that's just like when child folks were saying that Sierra was a man, baby, and they had went so far as to say that she was on Oprah. Like, all the people would just make up some shit. And then it's like, okay, Sierra was a man and she was on Oprah. What episode was it? Who missed the episode? Why ain't none of us seen it? Well, that's just funny to me. You know, like that, even with our social media, it was always some mess and tea going around like that. I don't know who made the rumor up that them and Essence acted like that they was all related, but they did that for years. We thought that they was all related. This is like news to me to know that they're actually not, and they're friends. It was cousins. People was telling us that they was cousins, and that the little boy was their brother, but the little boy was their brother, but Essence is just a friend. But I love that they have a friendship, and they you know, like, and they bond as well too. I don't even know who her husband is. I have to go back and look and see who Essence ex-husband is, because I hadn't really like been following her or seeing her in years. I didn't know she had been in a divorce herself after a 10-year marriage. She's still beautiful too though. Like, and they look like they always favored each other. So that's why it was easy for us to believe that they was kin, because they really favored each other for real. Now, one thing I would say that stuck out to me when Tia was sitting talking to all of them and she was explaining this to Essence, she said that she had been living in a fantasy because that was the way she was brought up. And she was just saying like she had been living a lie. Even though that was the way she was brought up, she had been living a lie. But she's like, hey, me and Corey met when I was 20 years old. And then she said, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 25. She's like, so really Corey is really all I know. So I'm like, Jesus. Then she's like, they got married. But what I do love is that Essence told her, I get it, but you shouldn't have to act in your life. Like, you are an actress, but baby, you shouldn't have to act in your real life. I love that, because baby, you shouldn't. That should be for just when you making your coin. But baby, in real life, understand that this is a real relationship and it ain't gonna be like it was probably painted for you. It's good when you have friends like that that can also like tell you like, okay, baby, this ain't no fairy tale. You say they're acting for when you go and make a coin. It ain't gonna be peaches and cream every day. You just got to roll with the punches, baby, but don't ever feel like you gotta act for the world, because that was how you brought up. I agree with that so much. I really do. And so then what was so funny to me was how Tia had went into talking about her dating experiences in the past, and she not ever had no luck when it came to dating. But it was so funny to me when she was saying, I had a man that had a grill that he used to have to put on the table. Baby, that is hilarious, because low-key Tia, when grills was really popping like that back in the days, baby, I feel like a lot of us, like, that's how it used to be. Like, baby, you got to take your grill out to eat. You got to, because I feel like the people that got permanent grills back then, they really regret that shit now, because all they teeth be rotten, bad, gone. But everybody named mama was getting grills back then, like, starting like, what, 2003, 2004, something like that. And so I'm sure a nigga did have to pull that grill out and put it on the table, because baby, who gonna keep that in while they eating, or you know, like vibing with you like that? But it's funny to me, because to her that probably was like a deal breaker. Like, he got to put it on the table. Woo, Jesus. That's how you know you rich. You a whole nother level of elite, baby. When that is a ghetto deal breaker, because that show how she put on like, I had a man that had to put his grill on the table, baby. So then they go to playing this game. Sierra's like, it's called Build a Man. To, I guess, see the type of man that Tia is really interested in. And it was just so funny to me when she was describing, like, she loved a man with tattoos. She sure said she loved a chest tattoo on a man. That is super sexy to her. She did say she like a man that's like fit, but she don't like no real buff man that's like extra ripped. She don't like none of that. But when she got to the point about a man with hair, baby, the way she was rolling her eyes to the back of her head, I'm like, oh, baby, I don't know what man she's met or seen that had hair. Well, Corey did have hair, didn't he? He had hair. He did. He had like, I guess like a little, I don't know if we ever seen him with braids, but he had hair. But I don't know if she meant like longer hair, or I don't know, baby. She love a man with hair. She can make that clear. She is truly a Cancer, hands down. Like, she really is. And so the next scene, she goes to where she's documenting she just was not having a good day at all. Again, she was emotional. She said that she wasn't in a good headspace. She also said that she didn't want to be around anybody. Like, that is a Cancer, baby, because we have these moments where when we going through something, especially if it's really, really tough, we don't want to be talked to. We don't want to be bothered. We just want to be in our own little bubble until we can kind of come out of it. I know I do that. Anytime I'm going through something, I don't want to be bothered. I really, really don't. I be so disconnected because it's like I don't want to really talk to somebody or tell people if they comment about my stuff or whatever I'm going through, because I just feel like people going through their own stuff, and me telling you if I am going through and I'm not having a good day, me just expressing that to you, it's not gonna change nothing. And if it's something that got me mad, like at the age I am, I don't like repeating myself if it's something that already got me upset, because I feel like repeating it's only gonna piss me off even more. So I just rather just leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered right now. Let me cook. I feel her on that, but I just hate that she just feels so alone, and it's just really a depressing state for her, and that's just sad. I hate that. Fast forward, Sierra and Alina are going for a walk, and they both are basically expressing how they feel bad for Tia. And they just hate that she's feeling like this, and they want to do something to get her spirits up and get her basically out of this funk. And that's where they start planning this healing party. So while Tia's in bed having a moment, Sierra calls Tia and tell her, like, basically, hey, get up, get yourself together, we got something planned. And Tia's like, cool, because the kids are gone, so it's like right up her alley. Tia didn't know what was going on, but Sierra told her, listen, don't worry, Glam is already on their way over there, get up and get yourself prepared. And lo and behold, her Glam team and stuff was there. I just love that. Like, bro, y'all don't know how blessed she is to have a support system like that. And I'm just speaking like friends that's like that. That is just a blessing. That's why it's best to hold on to genuine people when you come across them, because they are few, far, and very in between. They're not easy to come by. Like, they not. So if you got, like this crew and it's tight and it's solid, baby, don't mess that up, because you're not gonna find that nowhere else, especially in this day and time. You're not gonna find it, baby. You just not. So now that Glam has arrived and she's getting herself ready and prepared, the friends get together and start prepping and setting up for this surprise healing party that they're throwing. Love the fact that I see Terrell is on the show as well too. Love Terrell's energy. I like watching him on YouTube as well. He's got like great energy. Love his stuff. That's just really good that she have them type of people around. And so while they're all getting themselves, getting prepped and getting set up for the party, Tia is getting glammed up, and she gets a Google alert, and she's like, yes, I've set, I guess, notifications for her to get notified through Google whenever something is being spread or said about her. And I guess they done put out that this lady is in a relationship with a new man, and that wasn't even her man. That's somebody that she had been knowing for a long time. You see how them paparazzi and tabloid, they love trying to get in any store they can and just put something out there. It's crazy because they don't even care to research. Because to them, it's like Denzel Washington said, a lie has always been more believable than the truth because it's more entertaining. And this just kind of like shows that after she finished getting herself put together and set up is when they have her come down, and everybody basically just screamed surprise, which she was like shocked, but everybody turned up for her and came out to just support her. I love how they crowded around her and just loved on her and put her in a better headspace and got her, because you could tell she just been going through a lot. So I love that, because it's like she's even smiling. Her energy. I'm a Cancer, so I'm sorry, y'all. I just love that Cancer energy. And I know how we are when it's genuine people that's came in our life. We really try to soak stuff like that in. And of course, Tia was getting emotional, which is normal. He was getting emotional, and Tia just was like thanking all of her friends for supporting her. Like she said that everybody that was at that party, she has had a very close relationship. They have had personal, great relationships, and she just loves all of them. And I like that she just really loved them, and she told them how much she appreciated them. I just loved everything about that. And so then there's a psych medium that comes in. Why that psych lady look like the one that was on the Braxtons? I gotta go back and look to see for sure. But she sure looked like that psych that was on the Braxtons. Sierra had her to come in. Sierra's very much spiritual, into healing and energy and all of that. And I like the fact that Tia's like open about it. Like she was open to it. I love that, because it's like me, like, baby, I'm a Christian, but I still like to talk to people like that, that's like a psychic and stuff, because I feel like God blessed them with the gift. Hell, so I don't feel like they to me, they ain't the devil, because God is who gave them the gifts to be knowing my business like that. I done talked to a few psychics before and been mind blown talking to them. I love talking to me a good psychic, baby. I ain't gonna hold you. But once they sat down and with the psychic and they all crowded around on the sofas to talk with her, she was telling Tia that she was picking up on her grandmother's strong energy. And she said her grandmother says a few years into marriage, Tia realized she made a mistake. But her grandmother was saying to her through the psychic that it's okay now. It's all something that you can put behind you now. Tia was emotional about that, because she said that her and her grandmother had a very strong relationship. They loved their grandmother. And she said seeing her put her grandmother in the ground is what made her realize that she needed therapy. I can relate because I'm not gonna lie to you. Something about when you have a grandmother that you're so close to, something about them leaving this earth is just feels so unreal. And if y'all have had a very close relationship, it can bring about so much depression and stuff. I mean, like for me, I literally still never, I didn't get to attend my grandmother's funeral because I was locked up. So like my mom and sister, my brother had to come to visit me to tell me how everything went. But it's like, I'm telling you that losing a grandmother is just, it's a lot. It was definitely a lot for me. And I feel like because I never seen my grandmother buried, I didn't see, it's a lot of times I dream about my grandmother a lot still. And I think it's because I'll go to her gravesite, but it just still feels like it's a big gap in my life because I seen my grandmother when last time they came to visit me. Once I got my hardship and I got to start back over there to Stars Junior, and I seen her one time, and after that she ended up passing a couple of months later. So I feel like I never got closure with my grandmother, and so it just, I feel like it's something that always just bothered me that I never got closure with her. And I remember my mom told me like 2 days before my grandmother died, my grandmother had told her that she had a dream about me. And my mom was like, she asked my grandmother, like, what was the dream about, mama? And she said, my mom said, my grandma said, I had a dream that Spunky came home, and she said that my family nickname, my family called me Spunky. It's a nickname my mama gave to me, but she said that my grandmother said that Spunky came home and he stood at the door and he said, Nanny, I'm here to take care of you. That is just break me down, just even that just because God knows, baby, if my grandma know me, baby, because Lord knows if I could have came home and been home with her when she was even going through all of this, yeah, I'm definitely one of them people that would drop everything. I will quit a job. I would drop and give everything up for when it comes to my mama, my grandmother, and baby, I don't give a damn about nothing else. They will come first. So I can get what Tia is saying, how she felt like that let her know she needed therapy. I get it. Like, oh Jesus, I get it, because that's hard losing a grandmother that's close to you. And so the psychic also told her that Tia has a new love coming in the future. I'm excited about that. I really hope that come to pass because she needs that. And I kind of was gagged because Tia was expressing that nobody knew, but the psychic brought up the fact of another child. But Tia is open to having another child, which that's beautiful. I really hope she does. She gets the life she deserves after all of this. I really, really hope she does. Then they did towards the end what you call a letting go ceremony. Now what's crazy about this letting go ceremony that they each one by one had to let go of something. The crazy thing about this ceremony is how Sierra ran up to that damn room and grabbed Tia wedding dress, talking about she can use that, something that she gonna let go and put in the fire. And Tia like, she like, I could probably still use it for something. And like Natasha said, Natasha was like in her confessional, she's like, I didn't agree with that because she's not there yet. And I feel that like she is definitely not in the place where I was married to this man. We've been together over 14 years and I'm just gonna be over everything and trash my wedding dress. I get her, I understand. She's not in that headspace, and that's simply okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because when you love somebody the way cancers love, baby, it ain't that easy. It's not gonna ever be easy like that for us to just get over somebody, baby. We got to go through a whole grieving process of getting somebody out their system. Like a lot of other people can just jump in another relationship and move. I know I'm very much like that. If I break up with a nigga, I cannot jump into another relationship with no, like, get away from me. Give me about 6 months to a year, because I got to heal. So I'm with you, Tia. I get it, baby. But in all honesty, Tia did make a valid point when she said, I don't want to burn my dress, because it's almost to her like basically her saying that her 14 years of marriage would end it in a death. And I get it. Like, I feel what she's saying, because it's like, why am I throwing my dress away when we had a good time? She basically said, like, we had a good time. So the marriage was good. They stayed together 14 years. And she's like, if my marriage was not a death, once we got divorced, I feel her on that. Like, just love Tia, and I hope that she gets so much out of, this new journey. In closing, she walked to the fire, and what she decided that she is letting go is fear of the unknown. And that's just so beautiful, because that's something like a lot of people, we get scared of starting something new because we don't know what lies ahead if we do try this new thing. But I love that she's like, I'm letting that go. Salute to you, Tia. Salute to you, baby. Strong black woman. Strong. Oh, I love that. I love this show already, y'all. I will be definitely doing these reviews. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all feel about this first episode. If you like it, if you're not really liking it, if you don't really think it's giving you what you think it should. If y'all feeling the same way I'm feeling about the Frenn group and how this thing is going, drop down in the comments. Let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, have your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop another banger like this. Love y'all. Peace.